Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alina Rais and today we are going to talk about something really interesting. This is interesting because it is very close to my heart. I have been working on my language for quite some time now and I'm going to pass on the same ideas to you. Okay, to everybody who's new to the channel, guys, there is this setting that you can change right there on the top, this side. Okay, and you can pace up the video because I am a slow speaker. I cannot run fast. I do not rush. I am always slow. So if you want to pace up the video, you may. Okay, so there are going to be 10 do's and 10 don'ts in the video today, and all of these points that I have here written with me, they are something that I have done in the past. Many of them I still do. These are 10 such habits which are going to have commendable impact on your English language speaking ability. Okay, so let's start with the point number 1 that I have for you. The first point that I have for you is speak slowly. Do not rush. If you will be slow, your mind will be able to catch up with your words, okay? And you will be able to think fast and then deliver. So, aram se, take your time while you're speaking and gradually it may pace up a little bit in the future. Point number 2 is usage of Grammarly. Now this is a free tool which also has a paid version. Okay, I would say that you take your time, download the extension and start using it. Grammarly is going to help you with your writing abilities. Whenever you will make a mistake somewhere, your grammar, your vocabulary, your spelling, anything, it's going to correct you. So that will really impact, okay? In the long run, it's going to start giving you the idea as to what to write and what not to write, what to avoid. It also makes your language more appealing, okay? It will suggest you better words when you're writing something. So for writing, you can be using Grammarly. Point number 3 that I have for you is listening well. You've got to listen properly. Now this is one thing that is wrong with, I think everybody. It's wrong with everyone. People don't want to listen these days. This is a major problem. If you're talking to somebody, it's equally important to let them speak and listen to them. Hear what they have to say. For communication to happen, two people have to participate equally. So do not just listen with the intent of getting back to the person and coming up with the best kind of reply. No, that should not be the intention. The intention should be to have an effortless communication, listening to that person and then giving your opinion. Point number 4, vocabulary. Your vocabulary has to be simple. You can keep adding on new words to it, but you do not have to stress your mind by always putting this pressure on it to keep coming up with the best kind of words for every situation. No, your vocabulary has to be simple, and this is one thing that I have always been a fan of. Even in my case, I do not use very hi-fi words, the fashionable fancy words. I always say use the most simple kind of words. They create the most impact, okay? Your communication will improve. The people are going to like you more when your language is going to be simple. Another point that is very important is reading. I know you already are very much aware of it, but I still feel that if I miss it out, I think I will be missing out on something that is extremely important. Now, the important thing is that you do not always read in your mind. No, when you're reading a book, sometimes it's important. Once in a while, maybe once in a day would be good, okay? 10 minutes a day would be amazing if you can manage. 10 minutes a day if you can read aloud, okay? You've got to speak and at the same time read. So while you're reading the novel, speak it out, speak those words out, listen to yourself, okay? It's going to improve your confidence. It's going to make your brain remember more new words. Point number 6 is something that I've already told you many a times. It's about watching more and more English shows, Netflix, Amazon, anything that you watch, anything that you have a subscription for. Start watching more of that. Start with subtitles, okay? And then gradually you can decrease your dependence on the subtitles, okay? Gradually bring it down. Subtitles will no more be needed, and that is why you're going to switch them off while you're watching an English show. That will be such a good day, imagine. Another point is finding yourself a buddy, okay? Speaking to somebody. I made this option on my website where I asked you to fill your details and find yourself a buddy. So I'm going to leave the link in the description again. Okay, you can go to the link, find yourself a buddy. Many people have formed WhatsApp groups. They've formed a lot of groups on Telegram and I don't know where all. They're talking on the phone with each other and they are practicing their English. They write me emails, ma'am, it's working fantastically well for us. Thank you very much for bringing this idea. So this is on my website. It's you can just go fill in your email ID, your name, and you can start sending emails to the people who are already there registered in the depository. Okay, it's a list of around 40,000 people and it is you people who've registered yourself on the portal, and now that is available to you. Go find yourself a buddy. Another very interesting thing that is very popular these days is finding yourself partners to talk with on English applications like Cambly. Cambly is an amazing application that you can make use of. It's available on the App Store, it's available on the Play Store. Go download it. You can talk to native English speakers. These are people who are from either Australia, they are from I think they are from America, then they are from various other English speaking nations, and these people are going to talk to you. They are going to have long conversations. They also have courses these days. Okay, I've happened to have these conversations on Cambly for around 3 to 4 times and I enjoyed it. Those tutors are really friendly, they are humble, they will correct you for your mistakes. That is one thing that happens very often. I mean, when you will talk to them, you will make a mistake while talking and they are going to correct you right there, but they're going to do it in a very subtle manner that you will not feel embarrassed about it. So you can be very free while talking on Cambly with the tutor. Point number 8 is something that I told you in one of my previous videos, the technique of substitution. Do that. Okay, so once you are speaking something and you're unable to come up with the best kind of word, just use a substitute for it, something that is most close to that word. Okay, try and fill your conversation with whatever your mind is able to come up with. So practice substitution. Another thing that I would want to propose is always keep learning. This hunger, this urge to learn more and more is going to take you very far. Okay, so it's important that you're always looking for new ways, and once you start your journey of learning English, it's going to only go on and on. It's only going to improve you. And one last thing under do's is actually speaking English. Guys, it's so important. Many times I see many people, they are only into learning. And they are only learning, they are reading, they are writing, they are listening, but they are never really speaking. And there is no point of doing all of this if you are not actually speaking. Speaking is the most important. 90% of your time with English should be while you're speaking English. Now we're going to start with the list of don'ts. That is also going to be quite interesting. Let's quickly take a leap into it. Point number 1 that I have on my list is stop worrying too much about making mistakes. There is absolutely nobody on this entire planet who does not make a mistake with their language. Even with your native language, like Hindi is my native language, right? But I make mistakes with Hindi also. You should understand the fact that you're learning right now and mistakes are going to happen. Make the new ones, make new mistakes, and that is how you grow. Another important thing that you will have to stop doing is avoiding the situations which require you to speak in English. We have this tendency to hide our face and stand in the corner so that nobody can see us and nobody should come up to us and talk to us in English. That should not be the way you are handling your situation. It should not be handled that way. You need to actually mingle with people and practice more stuff to become better with this language. If you are taking a call with customer care, I just recently made a video on that. I told you about this thing that if you're taking a call to the customer care, guys, why don't you speak in English? Why don't you choose your language to be English? That person who's going to talk to you on the call does not know you. He does not know you. Then why are you hesitant? Point number 4, do not spend all your time in consumption mode. What is consumption? Consumption is listening and reading. That is consumption, because all you're doing at that time is you're consuming English. Okay? But when you write and when you speak, that is the time you deliver English. Okay, you are actually creating it at that time. So your creation part should be bigger than your consumption part. So that was point number 3. We are moving on to point number 4. Please stop thinking too highly of the people who speak good in English. If they are speaking well, you're worshipping them. That means you are looking down upon yourself. Whether you know it or you don't, subconsciously you're looking down upon yourself. And please avoid people who look low on the people who do not speak properly. That is not the kind of behavior one should be having towards the others. Point number 5, do not be nervous and fearful. I know, again, easier said than done. You cannot really have a full control over your nervousness, your fear, but if you want, if you practice it thoroughly, it will eventually come down. Speak in English, because that is how you will eventually conquer your fear. Otherwise, it's never going to come down, never going to happen on its own. You will have to make it happen for you, because guys, it's important to understand that, it's just you who feel that you are the center of the world. Nobody else actually thinks like that. Then this one is very simple. Do not use complex, difficult words. Avoid them completely. Point number 7, do not try to be perfect. You cannot be. No matter how much you improve in future, you will never be able to be perfect. Okay, nobody is perfect. Even the native speakers are not perfect. I also have this problem. It's difficult for me to make the sound sure. So even if I have to say the word English, it does not easily come out of my mouth. I have to actually push myself to speak this word English. It does not come out. I don't know what the problem is, but sure has a problem for me. So everybody has their problems. Okay, that's how it is. You just learn to live with them. Then another one, important one, do not use a lot of filler words. Like does not look good. It does not sound attractive, and it kind of actually looks horrible. It sounds very unattractive. It sounds irritating. It sounds boring. Avoid that. Do not have unrealistic expectations. That is what I really, really believe in. Please don't set out of the way goals for yourself. Have humble, smart goals, because there's a lot happening in the life otherwise also. You cannot be giving all your life to learning English. One last thing that I have to say to you is, do not think that you cannot learn proper English. It's just like any other skill which can be mastered, which can be learned. Just like any other skill, you can learn English also. Okay, so thinking that you will not be able to is absolutely unrealistic. That is also an unrealistic expectation, would not be the word I would use here, but unrealistic fear. Okay, that you will never be able to be fluent. No, it's impossible. If you're practicing it, if you're trying, it will happen for you. Okay, but it will happen in a realistic frame of mind, and it will happen in a realistic frame of time. I'll see you on a video very soon again. You take care of yourself. You can follow me on Instagram to know me more personally, and I will come back tomorrow. See you again. Take care. Bye.